This is Jarrod Horak. Welcome to my latest Road to the 2023 Kentucky Oaks Points Race recap video. I've done a couple of these recap videos so far, and I've covered all the points races through the Honeybee Stakes at Oaklawn Park on March 25th. And I'm going to cover the rest of the races that I haven't covered that I've run so far, from the Busher Stakes through the Santa Ysabel Stakes at Santa Anita Park on March 5th. And then the series, right now, the Oaks series, the next points race is going to be the Fairgrounds Oaks on March 25th. The first 100-point race where the winner gets 100. You get 40 for second, 30 for third, 20 for fourth, and then 10 for finishing fifth. That same weekend, we're going to have the Bourbonnette Oaks and the Sunland Park Oaks, and then the Gulfstream Oaks, the Santa Anita Oaks, and then the Fantasy Stakes will be on April 1st. And then the last two big races in this series, the Ashland Stakes at Keeneland on April 7th, and the Gazelle Stakes at Aqueduct on April 8th. So those will be the last big races for this series, the chance for the horses to earn points and make it into the 2023 Kentucky Oaks. Now, if you're interested in my Kentucky Oaks analysis, I cover that each year. And I'm going to cover all the stakes races for Kentucky Oaks Day. And then I'm going to be doing my annual full card from Churchill Downs for Kentucky Derby Day this year, just like I always do. And if you're interested in my Santa Anita full cards or any of those full cards, you can head on over to the runawayhorse.com. You can find more information on my sales page. And so far, I've covered 23 races in this series. And I go through and I give out my top choice and then wagering strategies as well. And through the first 23 Oaks points races, my top choices have 8 wins, 2 seconds, and 4 third-place finishes. I've also given out some trifectas and some exactas as well. So I've had some good luck on this Oaks series. And hopefully with the Fairgrounds Oaks, when that runs, hopefully we can get some more winners as well. And now let's look into the recap of the 4 races that I haven't covered so far. Beginning with the Busher Stakes at Aqueduct. That was on March 4th, and Chad Brown dominated this one. But the horse that we were expecting to get the job done didn't. Asset Purchase. She was my top choice there. And she set a great trip. She got the first run. She opened up. It looked like she was going to win easily, but she was not able to hold off her stablemate, Shidabhuti, and that one was able to just roll by and win. It just looked like Asset Purchase didn't want to go the extra distance, and she was just run down there. So I don't know that was a real strong Oaks points race. It wasn't a fast race, but Chad Brown did dominate this one, and I would expect Asset Purchase to turn back in her next start. Now, the Cincinnati Trophy Stakes at Turfway Park, Botanical dominated this one for trainer Brad Cox. This one just was able to get out there, set behind a fast pace, reeled in the front runner, and then she won by more than 6 lengths. So she really dominated this race. She loves all-weather ground. She's probably going to show up in that Bourbonnette Oaks. And she's just going to be a tough competitor in her next start, especially on all-weather ground. Maybe they'll want to try her on dirt. If she runs as well as she did last time, she's probably going to win that next prep at Turfway Park if she goes in that direction. The Davona Dale Stakes, we saw a big upset there. It was Dorth Vader. And this one was at Gulfstream Park. It was a one-turn mile. And this horse paid $95.40. So this was a big surprise. There were some highly regarded fillies in here, and just about all of them disappointed, including your favorite Red Carpet Ready. She was able to get out there, but Dorth Vader was tracking the pace, along with my top choice, Undervalued Asset, but she didn't run well. She faded, and the favorite Red Carpet Ready did take the lead, but Dorth Vader was able to take over and pull clear, and she won by a bit less than 5 lengths at 46-1, so that was a big surprise. Then Guns and Graces was 28-1, and she rallied to finish second, and your favorite Red Carpet Ready did finish third there. Did not seem like a strong Oaks prep. And then finally, the Santa Ysabel Stakes at Santa Anita Park. It was on March 5th, and Faiza's done nothing wrong for trainer Bob Baffert, but the problem is Faiza can't run in the Kentucky Oaks because horses for trainer Bob Baffert are not allowed to compete in the Oaks and the Derby this year. He'll be off suspension next year, but if you were in his barn after February 28th, you're not eligible to earn Oaks points. So Faiza did not get any points for winning the Santa Ysabel Stakes, but she looked really good winning it. She continues to improve. She hasn't lost yet. I keep picking her on top, and she keeps winning. And she's just dominated these West Coast races, and especially this one. Now, some of the others were closer, but she's continuing to improve, and she really did dominate this race. And she's one that I think she'll continue to improve, but again, not in Oaks Philly. So now looking at the Oaks top leaders right now, Wet Paint has 70 points. She's the Oaks leader right now. Pretty Mischievous is second in the Oaks points with 63. She's been looking pretty good this year. Some others, your 2-year-old Philly champion, Wonder Wheel, has plenty of points. She's got 48 points. She'll make it in the race, but she's going to have to run better than she did in her first start in the Suncoast this year, where she ended up finishing in okay second. And Tell Me No Lies is one that has a decent amount of points for trainer Peter Miller. She was a good 2-year-old filly, and then she came back and she ran okay in that Santa Ysabel Stakes. And Peter Miller said she would be short there, and I would expect that she's one that's going to probably do better second after a layoff in her next start, and maybe peak in the Kentucky Oaks is what Miller wants her to do, but she's going to have to run faster. Hoosier Philly, disappointed. She was one of the top-ranked fillies last year, and in the Rachel Alexandra Stakes, she was a distant third in her first start this year. She just had a bullet workout earlier this week, so she's one that I think Hoosier Philly can definitely bounce back in her next start. Some other highly regarded horses that are going to be running in some points races soon. Occult for trainer Chad Brown. She was excellent earlier this year when she won. That was back in the Busanda Stakes at a mile and an eighth on January 14th at Aqueduct. And she hasn't run since then, but she's training steadily. And she's a filly that has a lot of upside. And then finally, Julia Shining for trainer Todd Pletcher. She was in that Suncoast Stakes, the same race Wonder Wheel ran in, and she was a close third. That was a mile and 40 yards, too short for her. So I would expect as she gets out into races like a mile and an eighth and further, she'll probably do some more damage. So that's a look at some of the top Oaks fillies right now. I'm going to be back after they finish this Oaks series and they run all the points races. I'll come back. I'll do a final recap and then talk about some of the top contenders as we're getting closer to Kentucky Oaks 2023. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you like this content. And I'm going to be back this week, and I'm going to take a look back at some of the Kentucky Derby points races that we've seen so far, as there's no Kentucky Derby points races this week either. So I'm just doing all these recap videos this week, and then I'll get back into the groove on my analysis videos beginning next week. We have the Louisiana Derby and the Fairgrounds Oaks as well. Until I see you next time, good luck at the races.